Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravan Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vastata Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivachadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna. Is it from here you have to read?
Pranamata.
Hare Krishna,
Pranam.
Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, we have to start from Jambavana continued 11th paragraph or 12th paragraph, Mataji. From that we have to start.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
From
dear.
here only we have to start. Thank you.
Whoever wants to read can have their hand raised. I think yesterday someone never had a chance to read. We had to log out. Okay, no problem, Aishi. You start. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, everybody. Pranam. Jambavan continued, My dear Lord, the time factor which combines all the physical elements is also your representative. You are the supreme time factor in which all creation takes place, is maintained and is finally annihilated. And beyond the physical element and the time factor, the person who manipulates the ingredients and advantages of creation are part and parcel of you. The living entity is not there for an independent creator. By studying all factors in the right perspective, one can see that you are the supreme controller and Lord of everything. My dear Lord, I can therefore understand that you are the same Supreme Personality of Godhead whom I worship as Lord Ramachandra. My Lord Ramchandra wanted to construct a bridge over the ocean, and I saw personally how the ocean became agitated simply by my Lord glancing over it. And when the whole ocean became agitated, living entities like the whales, alligators, and Timingala fish all became perturbed. The Timingala fish is the ocean can swallow big aquatics like whales in one gulp. In this way, the ocean was forced to give way and allow Ramachandra to cross to the island known as Lanka. This island is now said to be Chelion. Lord Ramachandra's construction of bridge over the ocean from Cape Comorin to Chelion is still well known to everyone. After the construction of the bridge, a fire was set all over the kingdom of Ravana. During the fighting with Ravana, every part of his limbs was slashed to pieces by your sharp arrows, and his head fell to the face of the earth. Now I can understand that you are none other than my Lord Ramachandra. No one else has such immeasurable strength. No one else could defeat me in this way. Lord Krishna was satisfied by the prayer and statement of Jambavan, and to mitigate Jambavan's pain, he began to lightly rub the lotus palm of his hand all over Jambavan's body. Thus Jambavan at once felt relief from the fatigue of the great fight. Lord Krishna then addressed him as King Jambavan because he and not the lion was actually the king of the forest. Having killed a lion with his bare hand without a weapon, Krishna informed Jambavan that he had come to ask for the Samantaka jewel because ever since it had been stolen, his name had been defamed by the less intelligent. Krishna plainly informed him that he had come there to ask for the jewel in order to be free from this defamation. Jambavan understood the whole situation, and to satisfy the Lord, he immediately delivered not only the Samantaka jewel but also his daughter Jambavati, who was of marriageable age, and presented her to Lord Krishna.
Hare
The
Krishna.
episode. Hare
No, I
Krishna,
think we
Mataji.
should
Thank you,
stop here.
Mataji.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah. So basically, we are talking about Jambavan, he's one who has lived through Ramayana as well as Mahabharata, right? So he witnessed Krishna also as well as Rama. So basically, the other way around, Rama as well as Krishna. So Jambavan actually could make out that this person should be someone very powerful because he's also witnessed the bridge. During construction of the bridge, Rama was very angry because the Indian Ocean did not pave way. So he actually gave a look, and that angry look actually made all the Timinglas feel very uncomfortable. It like really perturbed everybody. And therefore the ocean seek forgiveness from Lord Ram, and the construction of the bridge took 5 days to construct the bridge. And the purpose of this particular bridge is also to give the superhuman powers. They wanted to exhibit that because the devotees love and the superhuman powers, and even the atheist will only, atheists go by power, right? So even they are more keen to see the super normal behavior of a person. So just to claim the lost souls, Rama exhibited, and so is Krishna doing now. So the moment he was very satisfied with Jambavan's prayers, he immediately touched him, and all his pain, got completely relieved. And the moment he asked, look at the difference. This is the difference, right? Immediately he says, you want the jewelry, I'll give. And he was ready to give his daughter as well. Hare Krishna. Who's going next? Who wants to read next? Anybody wants to read can have the hand raised. Shweta Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, yeah, start reading.
The episode of Jambavati's marriage with Lord Krishna and the delivery of the jewel known as Shamantaka was finished within the mountain cave. Although the fighting between Krishna and Jambavana went on for 28 days, the inhabitants of Dwarka waited outside the tunnel for 12 days, and after that they decided that something undesirable must have happened. They could not understand for certain what had actually happened, and being very sorry and tired, they returned to the city of Dwarka. All the members of the family, namely Krishna's mother Devaki, his father Vasudeva, and his chef wife Rukmini, along with all other friends and relatives and residents of the palace, were very sorry when the citizens returned home without Krishna. Because of their natural affection for Krishna, they began to call Satrajit's ill name, for he was the cause of Krishna's disappearance. They went to worship the goddess Chandrabhaga, praying for the return of Krishna. The goddess was satisfied by the prayers of the citizens of Dwarka, and she immediately offered them her benediction. Simultaneously, Krishna appeared on the scene, accompanied by his new wife Jambavati, and all the inhabitants of Dwarka and relatives of Krishna became joyful. The inhabitants of Dwarka were as joyful as someone receiving a dear relative back from the dead. They had concluded that Krishna had been put into great difficulties due to the fighting. Therefore, they had become almost hopeless of his return. But when they saw that Krishna had actually returned, not only but with a new wife, Jambavati, they immediately performed a ceremony of celebration. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Dandavat Pranam. So basically, very clearly, they're talking about all the members of the family, right? So since it was 28 days, the exact fight, they were very worried. Like, so all the members of the family were almost thinking that, probably something bad should have happened and Krishna won't be back. So that very thought frightened them, and they started playing Chandrabhaga. Now we keep reading in all books that we should not pray to anyone other than Krishna or Vishnu. Now tell me, why is this we are talking about? Why are the people shifting? Now why are they praying Chandrabhaga? So is goddess Parvati. So why are they doing that? Is that allowed? When all Vedas say we should not read any, we should not pray or offer, you can offer obeisances, but we should not be praying these lords. Why are they, doing that? Are they setting a wrong example?
No, Mataji.
Huh.
Means they say, Mataji, even in being a devotee, all gods must have equal respect. Like that, for me, it is Mataji.
So one reason is they want to give equal respect, but even if you see, why are they playing, what are they praying to Chandrabhaga? Anyone, they're actually praying for Krishna, right? So for us also, we can pray any devata, provided we are asking for bhakti, that is for Krishna. right? So if that is done, then there is no harm in praying. But the fact is, the moment we pray, we will only ask not for bhakti, but for our material desires, which becomes a challenge. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sugopni Mataji, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. King Ugrasen then called for a meeting of all important kings and chiefs. He also invited Satyajit, and before the whole assembly, Krishna explained the incident of the recovery of the jewel from Jambavan. Krishna wanted to return the valuable jewel to King Satyajit. Satyajit, however, was ashamed because he unnecessarily defamed Krishna. He accepted the jewel in his hand, but he remained silent, bending his head downwards, and without saying anything in the assembly of the kings and chiefs, he returned home with the jewel. Then he thought about how he could clear himself of the abominable act he had performed by defaming Krishna. He was conscious that he had offended Krishna very grievously and that he had to find a remedial measure so that Krishna would again be pleased with him. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Am I not audible?
Mataji, you are audible.
You are audible, but very feeble. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Finished?
Yeah, I finished.
Okay. Extremely feeble, once again. Hare Krishna. Sugopani Mataji, you finished this line?
Yeah, I finished. Actually, I don't know. There's some problem with my connection, I suppose. And
Sorry?
it's there's some problem with my connection, I suppose,
Yeah.
because I'm just next to the mic.
No, it is audible, but it's very, very feeble. So I literally have to keep my ears down the speaker.
Oh, okay. I'll try and fix this.
Sure. So basically we are talking about, thank you so much, Celine. So Ugrasena actually called for a meeting and he called everybody. Ugrasena, who's Ugrasena? Who's King Ugrasena?
Devaki's father, Mataji.
Exactly. So he was the emperor, right? So he's just not a king, like he was covering a larger areas. And therefore he actually called everyone, including Satyajit. And when Krishna had come, he immediately took the jewel and offered it to Satyajit. Because he wanted to remove he had defamed Krishna, right? He had told Krishna, you were the one who stole the jewel. So he wanted to bring it back because Krishna did tell him that the rightful owner of the jewel should be Ugrasena, because the king should have the best of everything. However, it was just like an advice. He did not forcefully implement, because even if Krishna wants to implement, he can do it right before the eyes, right? He need not work behind the person and do all this. So these are the beautiful stories which they are talking about. And after all this, what happens is King Ugrasena is so upset with the whole thing, because they were worried about what happened to Krishna. And on the contrary, Satyajit, never denied. He took the jewel and went. However, as he was going, he was feeling very, very seriously uncomfortable, right? He was repenting deep at the bottom of his heart. He was feeling guilty, which seems to be missing these days, right? Nobody feels guilty. Now he was feeling so guilty that he went and he fixed his situation, and he brought not only the jewel but also Satyabhama. This also gives us a feeling, oh, nicely he pushed his daughter along with the jewel. But Satyabhama was not somebody who was less in demand. She was very beautiful. She was requested by a lot of princes to be married to her. And, there was a lot of queue in terms of, or rather demand for Satyabhama. However, he was waiting for a suitable thing. And fortunately, it so happened that Krishna, by grace of Krishna, he decided to hand over. So all this, why they are saying by grace of Krishna, is they say that Krishna only offers both intelligence and memory. So memory, there was no point, but then intelligence was offered to him by Krishna. So who would like to conclude the last para? Whoever has not read so far, would they like to complete? Shweta?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. Go ahead.
King Satyajit was eager to get relief from the anxiety he had foolishly created due to being attracted by a material thing, specifically the Shamantaka jewel. Truly by the offense he had
Afflicted.
afflicted by the offense he had committed against Krishna. He sincerely wanted to rectify it. From within, Krishna gave him good intelligence, and Shatrajit decided to hand over to Krishna both the jewel and his beautiful daughter, Satyabhama. There was no alternative for mitigating the situation, and therefore he arranged the marriage ceremony of Krishna and his daughter. He gave in charity both the jewel and his daughter to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Satyabhama was so beautiful and qualified that Shatrajit, in spite of being asked for her hand by many princes, was waiting to find a suitable son in law. By the grace of Krishna, he decided to hand his daughter over to him. Lord Krishna, being pleased with Shatrajit, informed him that he did not have any need of the Shamantaka jewel. It is better to let it remain in the temple, as you have kept it. He said, and every one of us will derive benefit from the jewel. Because of the jewel's presence in the city of Dwaraka, there will be no more famines or disturbances created by pestilence or excessive heat and cold. Thus, the thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purport of the 56th chapter of Krishna, the story of the Shamantaka jewel. Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Thank you
Dandavad
so much.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna. So this shows the quality. What are the 6 qualities or opulences of Krishna? What
All
are the
fame, all beauty, all renunciation, all knowledge, all wealth,
Fame and beauty, Mataji.
yeah, so 6 all covered.
all knowledge.
So basically tell me which though Satyajit was willing to hand over the jewel, Krishna say it does not accept it. So what opulence is exhibited here? Of the 6, which particular?
Beauty,
No, Krishna continues to be beautiful. Which quality is exhibited?
Renunciation. Renunciation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mataji. Renunciation. Because we see that Krishna gives up on what he needs, right? He wanted this, but he never wanted it. He actually was trying to tell that this is supposed to be with the rightful owner, which is who's a king. Now, when Satyajit wanted to hand over also, he is not accepting it, but he's pleased. It's not that he's denying it because of ego or the way we say, no, when I asked you didn't give, now I don't want to take. That's not the mentality. He just does not want to accept it because he is not wanting to own it, though this is also energy of Krishna. And then finally, he also agrees that what he did was so nice because he had kept it in the temple and it will take care of the entire city of Dwaraka. So with this, we will end this chapter. And what is the next chapter? 56, right?
57, Mataji, next chapter.
Yeah. The killing of Satyajit and Shatadanva. So why is he going to die? How he is going to die? All that we are going to see soon. So with this, we will end and we'll again meet Monday with a new chapter. Vanchakalpadurubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha
Durvasya kripa sindhuvasya patitanam
Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
namo
Ananta
namo.
Koti Vaishnavijay.
Bade
Ila
Vaishnav
Prabhupada
ki
ki jai.
jai,
Namacharya
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Naradadas Thakur
Hare
ki
Krishna,
jai.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
everybody.
Mataji, thank you so much for such
Hare
inspiring
Krishna,
Krishna Book
Mataji.
class.
Thank you